Dear fellow humans, especially in the United States of America, I'm a human like you. I happen to think and care about people and planet a lot. I would like to share heart to heart, human to human, some common civic sense with you and hope that you are inspired to start a journey. I don't have a string of degrees. I was an average student throughout my schooling years until I graduated from university, and I consider myself very much an average common man. If you've been paying attention lately, then you know that large numbers of people and our planet are in serious trouble. We have been struggling with the same issues for hundreds and even thousands of years, in particular for peace, and even more particularly for world peace. We keep talking about it, we establish global institutions for it. Many say things are a lot better than centuries past. But today, if we have come to a point where the life of our one and only home and Mother Earth is threatened, then we cannot say things are better. We look up to leaders, global institutions, and governments for action and blame them for lack of results. Indeed, some or even a fair bit of blame may be justified, but at the end of it all, these leaders, institutions, and governments are made up of people just like you and I, well, perhaps a bit smarter. However, at least in democratic societies, if we don't have large numbers of people who care for people and planet, then it is pure statistical common sense that we won't have large numbers of them in elected government. In other words, in a democracy, elected governments are a representation or reflection of the voting population. So, if governments are not doing the work of people and planet, then chances are that there are not enough people in the country or the world who care about people and planet. Another point is that top down legislation is not sufficient for lasting change. When we force legislation through Congress, which is what happens usually, we leave large numbers of people unhappy. They then lie in wait for revenge in an ongoing social, political, legal war ripping our nation apart. Any law, regulation, value, or principle is only as good as the numbers of people willing to follow them. So, my proposition to you all is that we need to start reminding and re educating ourselves and our fellow humans about the basics of our civic values, of the common sense of humanity, something that all religions preach as well. In our day of the information age, where information is literally in the air at our fingertips, we really have no excuse to maintain the status quo. We all seek to be treated with respect, dignity, equality, fairness, and justice, which are the true path to just governments, national, and eventually world peace. Our life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness cannot be at the expense of our fellow humans. These are our clearly stated values, principles, and purposes. The US, in theory, was founded on the values of equality, justice, and peace, but the founders and the immigrants who came here started off doing grievous harm to indigenous peoples and African slaves, based on the knowledge and awareness of their time. We must make amends for these wrongdoings. Despite all our flaws and problems today, the US is the largest, most diverse nation in history. This makes the US the voice of the cross section of humanity and hence qualified and also deeply responsible to lead the way to national and world peace by first being a model and an example for the world. Humans have killed humans in the name of God, king, country, conquest, glory, patriotism, and power since the beginning of time. Those were the dark ages of ignorance. In the information age, we know humans share 99.99% of our DNA. Whether we were created by God or through evolution, we are eventually one human family on one planet. In this light, it is up to us who care, regardless of gender, race, religion, caste, creed, color, nationality, or ethnicity, to spread this message to all, and especially the people in power, who live in a bubble so they can also join us on the journey to bring equality, justice, unity, and peace to all on earth. Obviously, this will not happen overnight, but a journey of 1,000 miles begins with but one step. It'll be a journey of daily incremental steps to bring peace, but I hope starting the journey brings you personal power and peace right away. The good news is that no great individual heroism is necessary. All of us being a little bit of a hero every day, practicing our stated human values, may be all that's needed. In a world of 7 billion, we cannot wait for leaders. We, the people, have to care for people and planet in large numbers to make this happen. If you are inspired by this common civic sense, then stay tuned to a few additional audio messages that elaborate on this theme and pass on the light to your family and friends. Sincerely, a fellow human.